Roll the intro.
Yeah. All right. Roll the intro. Are we gonna make an intro?
I don't know.
We're gonna
just come something witty to say, I guess.
Okay. Hello. This is the DeltaBase chat podcast thingy, or whatever we're gonna end up calling this thing. Right. I don't know. But
I am Warsmith.
Yep. And I am Eli, and this is the DeltaBase thingy. If we're gonna end up calling it DeltaBase, you'll know because you'll see it in the video description. And you might be seeing some Power Rangers gameplay for like various PR games or not. I haven't decided yet because I'm editing this thing. I don't know. What do you think? My co-host here obviously has input, but I have to do the editing. What do you think I should put in?
I think it depends what we're talking about. I think just some general B-roll of Battle for the Grid should be perfectly fine with general obvious, big screen ups of whatever we happen to be talking about.
Battle for the Grid might be a little annoying to record, just because I probably have to take out my Elgato because I don't have it for PC. But right. Yeah,
or you could probably just get B-roll footage from. I'm sure you could probably just type in B-roll footage and then the Battle for the Grid footage, and then
I don't want to do that though.
Ask someone if you could use it or something.
I mean, I don't want to do that though. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to just do it. Whatever. We'll find out. We'll find out. It will come when it will come. Today on this auspicious first discussion. And yes, this is, if you ask, this is sort of a take on the Onyx Taverns thing. I mean, we do this all the time by ourselves, so we we just decide, hey, why not other people listen to our insane PR ramblings?
Yeah, and recently, for those of you who might be listening to this in the future, the Onyx Tavern just seems to have restarted uploading a bunch of his old stuff. So I'm personally hoping maybe it's in preparation for a comeback, maybe not. Who knows? But yeah. So today,
I just want to give some background. We had this idea. To do this for a little while. I think I approached you about this, right?
Yes, I believe you did.
And earlier today, you called me. And you said, "Oh, we should definitely do this." So I guess we're doing this today. We're taking the plunge.
Yep. We're gonna have some fun. See what happens.
We're gonna have some fun. No one's gonna listen to us, but we like to talk about Power Rangers anyway. Maybe my one friend will probably check us out. You're my friend, obviously. I mean, my one other friend who's into Power Rangers.
We'll find out. We'll figure out how everything goes, and we'll see. But what is the official topic for this podcast video, whatever we want to call it?
The official topic is exclusive Power Rangers stuff. I guess you could say that. I'm not talking comic books because I guess that will be another topic for another day. Ranger forms, just Ranger forms, weapons, etc. I don't know, anything that Power Rangers kind of introduced. Not villains though, because that's a whole. I feel that kind of also warrants its own discussion. I mean, obviously you can chime in and
yeah,
right.
Characters, also there's definitely a debate on when does something fully become Power Rangers original. Right. I guess whenever it has a fully unique mold. Here's the question: does Rita count as Power Rangers original once her American actress starts showing up on screen during the end of season 2?
Right. So we're gonna keep this, I guess, simple, and we're gonna just stick to the good guys for the most part, or Rangers.
If we're gonna start with how about we start with some equipment instead? Because we have to remember the granddaddy of all Power Rangers unique equipment, weapons, and vehicles.
What I don't the what's it called? What are you talking about? The buggy?
Yep, I'm talking about the unforgettable, completely properly utilized rad bug.
I don't think I think that was in the Sentai.
I'll have to check.
Yeah,
but
that was in the Sentai.
if it was, I do kind of laugh, and I will say I'm sorry. Just to be clear, I have not watched Zhu Ranger. I know a little bit about it, but for the audience, I'm just established neither of us have actually watched Zhu Ranger.
No, I don't find the Child of the Week plot that interesting. Just sort of. I think that was in the Sentai, so I guess we could. I mean, see how well we research our topics before we talk about them. You see how well what we're doing. I guess I'm gonna put a question mark on that. Maybe we should discuss it too much because I think it might be in the Sentai. I don't know. I don't really. Should I just Google the rad bug?
I mean, maybe
I'm gonna Google the rad bug real quick to see if we have to talk about it.
But while you do that, I can tell you one vehicle that I think had an inspiration based on the Sentai, but I'm pretty sure is all American. And I could be wrong about this again, but the Shark Cycles. I think the Shark Cycles are actually American.
The pink Shark Cycle specifically.
Really, just the pink one?
The pink specifically.
Because so the other ones were all taken from Kaku Ranger.
Yes.
But yeah, since there was no pink Kaku Ranger, voila.
Well, the Shark Cycles were used for like, what is it, like one episode?
Yeah, Catch That Cab, which strangely enough was them chasing after the Pink Ranger in a cab.
Was there a pink Shark
I don't know. Maybe it's like the pink Shogun Zord, where it's one of those things that's like exists in the nebulous ether of toys.
Which we are not talking about toys because that
we will be
here forever. We will be here forever. Yeah. I'm just gonna look up on the wiki to see if.
Yeah, you'll paste the article in editing if you find it, I guess. Hopefully, but
right. Whatever.
Well, okay. If we're going to so far, I might be 0 for 2 on that, but there was at least one major thing from Mighty Morphin that was a Ranger form that is wholly American technically.
Right. The oh man, I'm dumbfounded. The freaking I could speak. Well, there were several actually. There were several there was gold vest for dragon vest for black. That was exclusive to us. That was YouTube footage.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was YouTube footage. And
I think there's a question to be had though, whether U2 footage really should be counted as all American. I know it doesn't come from the Sentai, but it was produced by the people who produced Sentai. So I think like U2 stuff kind of is in a weird gray zone. But I would say what I was specifically thinking of was, in a sense, the first true all-team power-up that Power Rangers ever produced.
Oh, the metallic armor.
Yes,
because
the glitter.
Because they couldn't sell enough of the MMPR movie toys, so they decided to.
That's the rumor, anyway.
That's like probably. I think it's pretty much confirmed.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I know Billy had made a bunch of weapons. I don't know exactly if Billy's weapons.
I think gadgets would be the better term for them, because very rarely, if I recall, I haven't seen Mighty Morphin in a while. It's been like I know a lot of Ranger fans will probably get annoyed at me, but it's a little too I guess campy, or I don't know if that's the right term. It's a little too like too steeped in 90s scent and stuff like that for me to go back and watch. I'll
Right.
have to try and like make a serious effort one of these days. But yeah. What I find so funny about the metallic armor though is the fact that the suits are already shiny spandex and they're being used in the bright sun of the same park that like half of season 2 and 3 was filmed in.
Right.
So it's like, congratulations.
You can't even
tell that they're there.
You can't tell. MMPR also has, aside for the Zhu Dragon Vest thing.
Oh yeah, the cloth vest.
What? Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were making a quick reference to the cloth vest that was in all the Green Ranger's American only scenes, because somehow they either lost or damaged the original vest.
Well, no, I wasn't actually. No, because that I just sort of consider that just the same thing as the actual vest.
True, it's not a substantive difference, really. It's meant to be the same thing.
Right. It's meant to be the same thing. I get the funny that you mentioned the rad bug, because that was the first mention of the Morphin Masters. I guess
really?
The first appearance, because the Morphin Masters are freaking plot relevant ever since the Boom comics. I guess they count as sort of they are PR exclusive deities, right? So, or whatever the frick they are.
Well, they fall into the characters department, so
right. Okay, fine. We'll. Okay, but I guess it's just of note.
I guess so. Yeah,
it's of note.
Well, I do find it funny that yes, technically, as you just stated, the Rad Bug and the Morphin Master share the same plot episode.
Yeah, with the power eggs, I think they were called.
Mm-hmm.
With the power eggs, and I from what I remember from I think I saw a couple of episodes of Zhu Ranger. From what I remember from that episode was they were like the last dinosaur eggs in existence. And oh, you know about this?
A little bit, not very much.
Yeah, they were the last dinosaur eggs in existence, and they like, oh, the Rangers were trying to save them in the Sentai. I don't know, whatever. It's been a while since I've seen that. But yeah, in terms of in terms of more PR. I'm stammering a lot. I think I'm stammering a little bit. In terms of more PR exclusive stuff, we actually get our first PR exclusive Rangers in MMPR with the Dark Rangers.
Yes, the Dark Rangers.
I will go to bat for the Dark Rangers, the original season 2 Dark Rangers. And I'd say that they're a neat concept, and I kind of really like what they were trying to do with them. They never had a fight scene. I like what they were like. I like their design from a conceptual standpoint more so than because they're supposed to be like putty Rangers, right? Like that's what the idea is. They're supposed to like morph into. I don't know. I like the idea from a conceptual standpoint. And I kind of wish they did more with that. I mean, they did more within the comics, not enough. In the Boom comics, not enough, mind you. I don't really, I don't really care for what they did with them. They just sort of kind of felt mad. It just sort of felt like cool designs for the sake of cool designs. But that was something that I felt was actually pretty cool. Jumping the gun a bit to in space. We're talking Battlizers.
Yes, the first Battlizer, a great American tradition.
Yeah, Battlizer, which is the term they lifted from, the Battlizer device from Mega Ranger. And they just kind of ran with that term,
Yep.
until like I guess freaking I don't know, till they stopped using it, but like essentially it's just the red exclusive form is a Battlizer.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on what are your thoughts on the first Battlizer?
I think it's a rather interesting design. Very, very clunky and big. The one thing I do really kind of laugh at it.
Plastic muscles.
Yeah, the big muscle chests, because it's like I think everyone always like looked at the toys and it's like, why are they so muscly as in the toys, when it's like we all know that that's nothing. They don't look anything like that on the show.
Right.
So I find it, as I said, funny that it's like you've managed to actually bring that one sort of hilarious thing in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better. I think it's better than what they handled. The way that like, better that like, I think like the way they handled the muscles here was better than the way that they handled the muscles in Zyuohger, for the gorilla transformation.
Yeah, that's true. I think they actually do look better.
The inflatable muscles are a bit. Oh, by the way, next, I don't know, not week. Whenever we're gonna do one of these again. Next time's topic is gonna be, we're gonna speculate on Zyuohger, because it's rumored to become the next Sentai. Next Sentai. It's rumored to become the next adaptation. But whatever. That's a tangent for a tangent. What was the I guess we're just kind of going in season order at this point. What was or series order rather, because we kind of hopped around with MMPR. What was the freaking what was the Lost Galaxies Battlizer called?
It was the, oh, I know this. It had a key name to it. I'll check it up in a second. But by the way, here's something I wanted to confirm first.
Yeah.
If you do want to count Zhu footage,
right,
then this is something I was pretty sure before, but technically Zhu actually brought us the first Evil Rangers with the Mutant Rangers.
Right. Well, no, there was actually the what was his name? Diamond Head, Prism Head, who made the Clone Rangers also.
Wow.
Right.
I guess.
Does that? I don't. Well, it wasn't the first. Well, but yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna count. Yeah. Zhu footage brought us the Mutant Rangers. Fine. Right. So that is true. That is true. With the, what was it, like the Mangled Mighty Mutant Rangers? I think that was the title, or they just had the Mutant Rangers.
I don't know what the title of the episode was. Previous. I think Dark Rangers.
Really?
Or no, it's Mutant Rangers. It's just called Mutant Rangers.
Oh, okay. So then it's just called. I just kind of.
I guess it. Oh, and apparently the Mutant Rangers was the next episode after that.
After the Dark Rangers?
I think so, according to the wiki at least.
All right, I gotta check that up after. But in any event, we're let's continue on with.
Okay, so apparently
Wait, sorry.
The second Battlizer is the Red Armored Ranger. It is just called the Red Armored Ranger,
You sure about that?
at least according to the wiki.
Red Armored Ranger. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I think you might be right.
I think it was just because at that point it was literally the second Battlizer ever. So it kind of makes sense that it was just called the Battlizer at that point.
Right.
Though apparently the official name for the in space one is actually still the Red Battlizer Armor.
Huh. Well, we'll take that with a grain of salt because we're reading. I'm assuming you're reading off of Ranger Wiki, right?
Yeah.
Ranger Wiki has
It's not always accurate.
Yeah, especially when it comes to the Power Ranger side. There's more, I guess you could say, credence to the. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up Ranger Wiki just for Battlizer names.
Here I'll just send you over the link.
No, I have it. I have it. Also, I also want to make this clear. We're talking about main 3 continuities here specifically. So yeah, just because something was shot doesn't mean. I guess we'll get to like alternate, I guess, random realms. For PR. Yeah,
it runs that late.
I was gonna say in other discussions probably.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. Oh, MMPR. I forgot about this. The Wild West Rangers.
Yes, the Wild West Rangers. That the little tassels on.
Yeah, that technically counts.
And then you have the weirdest, the sort of weird just name of the White Stranger.
Right, the White Stranger.
Yeah. So in one of those fun examples of continuity where it points out that Rita, like I think it's actively pointed out in the episode that Rita still has the green coin.
Right. Let's also point out that the White Stranger is probably not African, Native American.
Yes.
Let's.
That just like, how does that work?
I think they just did the retcon because Tommy was the Red Ranger.
Well, no, because the thing about Tommy being Native American, honestly, is more,
it adds nothing.
It adds nothing. It's honestly a later thing.
It's for sure.
Yeah, but anyway,
let's go to Lightspeed. Let's go to Cyborg Rangers.
Yeah, the Cyborg Rangers. That was an interesting concept. I would have loved to see that come back in some form or another.
Right. Cyborg right. I thought that they were pretty cool. I thought that they were a bit more than the average evil Ranger team.
Yeah, because like 9 times out of 10, we do see like Evil Clone Rangers is its own sort of saga, like I guess
genre
Ranger tropes episode just in general. It's technically a TV trope, dark reflection of themselves. It was like 90% of the time, whenever we do the dark reflections, is literally like a magic conjure or some sort of teleporter accident, or like they're literally like they're very deliberately created through like energy or something like that.
Right.
This was like the first time where it's like they were actively like built, and then it's like the thing about the Cyborg Rangers, they were specifically designed to replace the Rangers. The Rangers actually are forced into retirement for like part of the episode until they malfunction.
Once a Ranger, say what?
Yeah, but the difference with Once Ranger is that's like here they're actively like they're told, okay, we are retiring you.
Right. No, I get that. No, I'm just making a joke for the sake of making a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Should we get into my one fan theory? Should we get into fan theories or save that for a different discussion?
No, you could get into, like, if it's relevant to the topic, sure. I don't care. I made the white stranger joke.
All
You
right.
use it.
So my personal fan theory for how this ends up tying together, because what do we love except tying various seasons together, is that Mr. Hartford was a major backer of Project Lightspeed,
right,
and managed to observe some of the technology and whatnot later. And my theory is that part of his method of how he learned to tap into the morphing grid was probably pulling some of his connections from Lightspeed, and part of his robot tech might very well have come from Lightspeed as well.
Hartford technology at Hartford. What is it called in Dino Fury? Hartford Robotics.
Yes, I believe so.
Great continuity nod, by the way. I appreciate the hell out of that.
I need to see the because as of right now, some of the new episodes, like for those who are listening, some of the new episodes past episode 11 of Dino Fury are airing, and I do want to get caught up on those.
They're on Netflix now, right?
What?
They're on Netflix now, right?
No, not yet. I'm gonna check, but no, I don't think they've aired just yet on Netflix.
Okay.
Maybe if I had a VPN or something, but
this episode is sponsored by NordVPN.
Nope.
I know not, but like every
maybe later,
maybe eventually.
Okay, they are okay. That is something I'm going to be checking out later.
We will check. Yeah. Maybe if we become like rich enough, we can like hire Internet Historian to like make those NordVPN ads for us.
Maybe, but anyway,
yeah.
What I was saying is so mind you, I haven't watched the episodes yet, but I heard I'm pretty sure they brought back Lord Zed. So one thing that this series has been really good on so far, the Hasbro era is pretty much been not everything, but a lot of things that the Neo Saban era really should have been. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like lots of references, lots of paying attention to continuity, lots of little details in the background that are like, oh, cool, that's there.
Yeah, for sure.
The not so little detail of the end of Beast Morphers. But like the fact that got brought up,
from a very polarizing season, mind you. It's a Op Overdrive is a very polarizing season.
Yeah. I personally find it fine, but kind of in a strange parallel to the Onyx Tavern. I'm also a guy who doesn't like RPM, so
it's
I need to go back and rewatch those series though.
If you don't like RPM, you don't have to. I don't know where you're gonna watch it because Netflix hates Power Rangers fans apparently. Buy your DVDs when you can, folks, or watch it. Obviously legally. Let's
nothing but legalese here.
For sure. Well, maybe we should get back on topic.
Yes.
New Battlizer. First, the
Transarmor cycle.
Yes, the Transarmor cycle, which I legitimately find pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it is. It is an awesome Battlizer. There aren't enough Battlizers, in my opinion. That like there are a bunch of Battlizers that start out as like other things and other vehicles, but I think the Transarmor cycle and later the Sonic mode, let me see what its official name actually.
Yeah, it's SPD Battlizer Sonic mode.
Yeah, the SPD Battlizer Sonic mode is
which we'll get to.
One of the best utilizations of like something else
that's pre-existing.
Like it's cool to see him actually riding around on the thing as a bicycle, at least in testing.
Right.
Like see him like one of the coolest things I like just from a continuity standpoint is like we actually see that there's a prototype version of it as well.
Oh, wait a second. We forgot to talk about the bikes, the bikes that the boys get for
Mhm.
for Last Galaxy got us bikes and jet jammers.
Mhm.
We forgot to talk about those.
Oh yes. Well, first before we talk about those, we should talk about the Galaxy gliders. Are those American only,
No,
or
those are. We use them a lot more than Mega Ranger, but
Mhm.
those are in fact a Sentai thing that was brought over from here
Yeah.
to here. Jet jammers are awesome. I like them.
Yeah.
I
Tekka definitely had a good was definitely pulling from her archives when she made those.
right. Jet they're really fun, and from what I've seen, they actually fit Lightning Collection figures.
That'd be kind of cool.
That like the old toys work with Lightning Collection.
What do you think the chances of us seeing a Lightning Collection Jet Jammer pack?
0.
Yeah, they'll have to start making play sets first, which they might.
Well, they kind of did with the whole Zordon thing.
Yeah.
But that kind of whatever. That's I'm not gonna get into that whole thing. I'm not
Shout
gonna
out to unpaid shout out to Toy Wiz near me. They actually have like a bunch of like Lightning Collection figures, including the Zordon and Alpha pack, which I was very tempted to buy.
You're talking about the site or the because I know you live near the store.
Yeah, the store.
Okay.
I live not far from there.
Right. So well, I'm pretty sure the site has it also. Okay, fine. Well, how much do they cost? I may need you to scoop one up
I
for
don't
me.
think they're particularly discounted. I'll have to check.
Well, not discounted. I just because those are actually kind of I don't know. I want to you'll have to let me in on that later because I actually do want that Alpha figure.
Same. It's like, let's be honest, who's buying it for the Zordon? Everyone's just buying it for the Alpha.
Well, I'm fine. I don't mind having the Zordon for a display, but I really do want that Alpha figure because also it comes with Alpha's teddy bear, and that's Alpha's ill-forgotten teddy bear. Like showed up like three or four times throughout the series and promptly got yeeted out of existence. I'm surprised it hasn't shown up in the Boom comics yet. That would be like something that they would bring back just for.
I could be wrong, but I feel like it has.
It has. I
feel like I saw it somewhere, but that could just be me mentally inserting.
Fine. I'm pretty sure there's like probably a whole thesis page somewhere on the internet about Alpha Teddy Bear, but we'll
comment long enough and you will find.
Look at all. Yeah. If there are Super Nanny fanfics on the internet, there is probably a whole thesis on Alpha's teddy bear. So yeah, I also kind of like how they integrated the I forgot what red cycle, like second mode cycle from the Sentai was called, but I like how they integrated that within the already existing bikes for Wild Force.
Morph into it.
Yeah. Not have it just be a separate thing just because, it's a separate thing.
Yeah. There was some other cool stuff that came around that was American, unique, and Lost Galaxy aside for all of the space stuff.
Lost Galaxy, I think that's about it. For American like Ranger stuff. Like Ranger stuff specifically, the villain side, obviously, we'll talk about that another day. But
yeah,
right.
And then going back to Lightspeed, if we have to talk about the creme de la creme sort of American only inclusions.
Right. The something that Battle for the Grid gets erroneously wrong when it when it loads matches, it tells you little Ranger facts. Yeah. I hate to break it to you, but Titanium is not the first American Ranger. Those are the Dark Rangers. I'm sorry.
Yes, but they didn't actually fight. Like you do have to make a a distinction between like things that just sort of show up as costumes versus things that were actually like properly used.
Right, but they're designated as Rangers, and I think whatever. That's I'm not. If you're gonna, I'm just, if you're gonna say something is the first Ranger, you have to like, something has to be you understand what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, whatever. But no, Ryan was great. They rid him off the show actually pretty well, with like actual logic behind it. I mean, I also kind of I enjoyed why he couldn't morph.
Mm-hmm.
I like the whole like gimmick that they had, because they obviously had to limit his screen time. But I'm not so sure. I think correct me if I'm wrong. We'll finish talking about Ryan, and then I'm going to probably talk about this in a little bit. But yeah, Ryan was great. I feel like I felt like he was a nice emotional crutch for God, what's his name?
Mitchell,
yeah, Colonel Mitchell, right?
Yeah, we'll have to do another segment about this, but I think Colonel Mitchell is one of the most awesome Power Rangers commanders ever.
For sure. Also, probably next time we should probably have notes so we get the names right, because it's I'm a big Power Rangers fan. I just don't want to look stupid again.
Yeah. So you could generally rely on me. I'm pretty good at that.
No, I'm good at this too. I just I'm as big of a Power Rangers fan as you are. I'm just like, oh, if I don't remember the name, the internet is going to kill me. Yeah. because there's 25 years plus of Power Rangers, and obviously I'm going to remember every single detail about every single episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't seen Go-Go 5, so I could be wrong, but the time travel jet thing.
You mean the space shuttle thing for it? The solar Zord?
No, the Solar Zord was not. No, like the weird jet that it was an entire episode where what's his name? Carter was like, looping in time.
Nah, I actually don't remember that.
You don't remember this? It was like this. It was like had like a weird jet thing, and he kept on doing a Groundhog's Day because he kept on because the time thing was the jet thing was busted, and I'm only mentioning this because I'm fairly certain it's American exclusive, just because of the amount of footage the type of footage that was used. But I haven't seen Go-Go 5 for that. Well, in general, I haven't seen Go-Go 5, but it was like, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about?
Unfortunately, I'm just blanking on the episode, so no.
He kind of did it in like a stupid way, where he kind of figured out how he was going back in time in a stupid way, because like he left his jacket somewhere and his jacket was still there, even though that doesn't really make any sense from a time. I don't know. I in any event.
I mean, let's not forget that you could literally in Power Rangers just don't teleport anywhere near any form of time anomalies. You will fall through just a time hole.
Oh my gosh. Wait 1 second. How could I forget this? We forgot about the Ninja Rangers.
Oh yes, those are the first. I would consider those more the first American Rangers than the Dark Rangers.
Yeah, the Ninja Rangers are actually pretty cool. I like them. They're pretty neat. They're pretty interesting for what they are. I don't really think that they kind of warrant much of a discussion, other than they're kind of interesting. But we just needed we need to mention them, because we have to mention them.
Yep.
Yes.
And then next up, would be, let me think. If we're going on Battlizers,
Yeah,
we end up with Time Force's Battle Warrior armor.
badass.
Yes, and it is honestly, I'm looking at a picture of it. It is
No, wait, we forgot something else.
what?
Lightspeed.
Yes.
The mega battles.
The mega battles. Oh yeah.
The mega battles.
Those I was gonna ask if those were American only or not.
Oh, super American only.
Yeah.
Super American only.
That's cool. It's kind of cool seeing the green and blue Rangers actually get some stuff. It'd be cool if all of them got it, but cool.
Because girls toys don't sell as much as boys toys when it comes to Power Rangers.
Yep.
That's why what's the point investing in something like that if
Well, the answer is you make the toys of it and you just don't bother spending the extra investment in making the actual props for the show.
Well, that's like probably a worse problem from a creative standpoint, but whatever. But yeah, the mega battles, I would they're really cool. I really like Green's mega battle. I think also I like the episode that it debuted in. A little like love jealousy from oh man, what's Green's name?
Joel.
Yeah, Joel. A little like jealousy from Joel that Miss Fairweather just oh man, he's hanging out with this guy who turns out to be her brother. And I also kind of find it stupid that they both they both wear glasses. Is that like I don't know. Is that like hereditary poor eyesight?
It definitely could be. But I don't know if it tends to be.
I don't think it. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. Ask your local optometrist if poor eyesight is hereditary. We need to know.
I mean, certain things about it definitely are, but anyway.
Right. Let's finally
back to the time the Battle Warrior armor.
Right.
One of the weirdest, like the way he actually gets it is really weird too.
It's weird, but it's like it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like perfect for everything about both Time Force and Power Rangers in general.
It's like the biggest side quest adventure, but I kind of really enjoy the fact that they took the time to have that side quest adventure.
Literally, time traveling Black Knight literally shows up out of nowhere, is introduced to him by wrecking their dinner by accident.
Also, I'm pretty sure I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure Wes killed Fireheart's mom.
Probably.
Right, because Fireheart is described as the last dragon and the only other dragon in Power Rangers.
I somehow really doubt that, to be honest.
I doubt it also. It's just a dumb joke I have. Like, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that were true, but like, like the only other actual dragon aside from like Daishin, that doesn't really count so much.
And he was sealed away, so he doesn't,
Well, yeah. So we don't even know if he's like an actual dragon. But aside for like that's the only other like real dragon in PR history aside for Fireheart.
I'd say another cool thing about that armor is that it is also the first of the really sort of sleek Battlizers.
For sure. Oh, sorry. Another point to that episode. Wes just straight up kills the guy.
Oh yeah, which is actually funny when you realize it's like, yes, Time Force, one of the 2 seasons specifically noted for being them not killing.
Right. That's like kind of a rule that they have because the monsters are actual human beings, well, mutants, but like people. They're sentient. They have like thoughts and emotions, and they're not just generic monsters who are just they're incarcerators, not like whatever. But no, Wes just straight up kills the Black Knight. Just like in not cold blood because he's a bad dude, but like it just sort of goes against whatever the season was trying to go for. Yeah, go ahead. Continue about the.
Yeah, it's got a really, one of the things cool, they did an excellent job of integrating the Time Force symbols and designs. Like, I'm looking at the chest, and because I have one, the chest is clearly modeled, at least partially, after their badge.
Yep.
And then the big piece over the the groin is clearly modeled off of their other symbol and like stuff that looks like it came off of the Time Shadow maybe. And it's got the arrows. Honestly, if I would see this, I would completely think that this might be like a different Ranger entirely.
Right. For sure.
You can kind of see, with stuff like this, how you end up later down the line with stuff like what ended up happening with the Triassic Ranger, which we'll get into in a few minutes.
That will be, yeah. Well, that's, yeah, for sure. Let's go on to the other mega battle.
Yeah, we have Eric's Battlizer as well.
Right. That's a mega battle. It's technically different.
Yeah. What's it called?
I think it's just called the Quantum Ranger mega battle.
Yeah, mega battle mode, at least according to the wiki.
Yeah.
Definitely a little bit not as cool looking as the other one.
It's definitely more generic. I'll give it. It's generic for Eric. Yeah.
Though you do have the one of the, as someone else might have pointed out, behold, Rangers on rollerblades.
Oh, that happened with that happened with Carter.
Yeah.
That happened with Carter. Him just skating with sparks.
Yeah.
But he has actual rollerblades this time.
Yeah.
I also kind of love that, like during with the Lightspeed team up, there's just 5 Rangers like all Battlizered up.
Yep.
Which is really cool to see. It's a rare sight to see something like that. And
so many well-armored Rangers.
Yeah. Also, it comes from the Q-Rex, which is actually pretty cool. I think that like the helmet is kind of goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the helm, like the weird visor thing that's supposed to go over his head is kind of dumb looking.
Yeah, especially when he's already wearing a helmet.
Right. But I think the additional armor things and like the weird wing thingies are actually I think they're pretty neat for what they are. All right, let's go over to the Red Savage War. Before we do, let's talk about the bikes.
Which ones? There are plenty of bikes.
No, oh yeah, Lightspeed also had original bikes.
Yeah, and the Humvee.
Right. Oh, we forgot to talk about the Humvee from not Lightspeed. Sorry, I meant Time Force had bikes. Right, we forgot to talk about the Humvee from Time Force, which was the Ninja Turtle.
No, you had it correct before. It's the Lightspeed Humvee.
Right. No, it's the Lightspeed Humvee, but Time Force had original bikes for every Ranger.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually don't remember those bikes. A little bit, yeah.
No, Time Force had every bikes. From the way I heard that they actually couldn't turn.
That would not be that surprising to me.
The Time Force bikes physically weren't able to turn. If you notice that, like in every single shot, they're always on a long stretch of road. That's because they can't. They're designed in such a way where like they're just unable to like actually, do motorcycle things. And change directions. So you have to be very careful actually shifting gears and just all right. But yeah, those are the bikes. Let's talk about the bikes for Wild Force, which were actually the Zords, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, though I do find I find it both funny but also kind of weird the way the way Cole like tries to, him not getting a good handle on riding it.
Because he's from the jungle. He's Tarzan.
No, yeah, I understand that, but it's like the weird thing I find about that is like I feel like it would make more sense for him to be able to just get on it and just tell it to go, because like it is the actual
right. It's his Zord. It's Red Line.
Red Zord, and it's not like it completely loses sentience too. It does like at the end of the battle with them, like it actually goes like.
Right. It is still Red Lion. Weird point about that is they still use the foot, like the Zords come, like when the Zords come out.
They use the Zord
descending footage. Like you couldn't you just cut that? The Zord's already down here. You don't need the Rainbow Bridge. Did they go up and then go down?
Yeah.
Sorry, we have to go up because reasons. I don't know. What I think what happened was like, they just got tired, so they went up. Hey, you guys don't need us. And then the Rangers called them right away, like, oh shit. All right, guys, grab your shit. We're going back down to Earth. Freaking, if you told us, you should have just told us that you needed us, right? You should have just told us that, stay here. We're going to need the Megazord. No, you did. Yeah, freaking. I guess the only thing to note is that Silver's bike was from Japan.
Huh.
That was
makes sense.
That was a Japan. That was from Japan also. Yeah, let's talk about the Savage Warrior.
Which one's that?
The Savage Warrior is Cole's Battlizer.
No, it's the Animarium armor.
Well, the official. Oh, well, yeah, but like the official title of the Battlizer is the Savage Warrior, the Red Savage Warrior.
Oh yeah, Animarium armor, Red Savage Warrior.
Right. I love it. It just
I
takes.
agree.
It just takes the, what's the Japanese name for that Megazord?
I don't know.
Let me Google this because
I think it's perfectly fine to call it by its actual name.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
Okay, we'll just use the joke name. The Egyptian Goddess Megazord.
The Egyptian Goddess Megazord. You guys Google that in your own. Google that name. The Egyptian Goddess Megazord.
Yeah. It's got. I'm looking at it now. It also has a really it's really interesting because it's like it's really nice looking, but it's also incredibly simplistic.
It's a nice balance between. It doesn't do much, but what it does, it does well.
Yep.
And that's kind of. I really appreciate it. This is also, I think, the second this is the second Battlizer to have like wings, right? Because the very first Battlizer had wings. Those are like jets.
So it depends on what you consider wings. Definitely the first one definitely has wings. In fact, actually, if I recall, I feel like couldn't Carter use it like a helicopter pack?
No. Those are like, no. He used them. Oh, actually, neat fact about the Transarmor cycle. it can compartmentalize and act as like the team weapon.
Oh yeah. That's always a fun fact when I can do stuff like that.
Right. That's like a really cool thing. But yeah, so the Egyptian goddess Megazord, as I'm gonna call it. No, not Egyptian goddess Megazord.
As Bruno so elegantly puts it.
Yeah. It's got a sleek design. So the entire idea, just put that on the Ranger.
Yeah.
And
which
you know what?
Which is an idea that I guess we will say that Japan decided to borrow later on, like a decade and a half down the line.
Yeah, Kyuuger did that, and which is really cool. I really do like what was that thing called? The form was called T-Rex Supercharge. I don't know Japan, but it was called T-Rex Supercharge here.
Yeah.
T-Rex Supercharge is actually pretty cool. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. Let's talk about Ninja Storm, the most radical season.
Yep. Radical, dude.
Radical, dude. Yeah.
The Tri-Battlizer.
Well, before we get to the Tri-Battlizer, we have to discuss some things. The evil Rangers from that alternate dimension.
Do those count?
I think they're Rangers, right?
Yeah, but don't they just use the regular designs?
Well, yeah, but they're different. They're different people, so I don't know. I'm gonna count them.
No, that falls under characters and not
I mean, I count whatever. I think whatever. I would count that. Whatever, it's fine. Fine. You want to go over that? We'll pass over that. Let's see. I forget which Tsunami cycles were a US exclusive, because I know
I'm guessing the red, blue, and yellow ones.
It was either the red, blue. It was either the Wind or the Thunder Rangers.
I feel like it's the type of thing where I think the red and the blue and the yellow ones are probably American exclusive, while the Thunder ones are the ones that it's actually based on.
Maybe. I'll put like something on screen to like indicate what it was, but we know one set of either Wind or Thunder. But also another US exclusive vehicle, Cam's like spaceship that they use for like 2 scenes.
Yeah, the Dragonforce vehicle.
Right, and they made an entire freaking toy out of it.
Well, I think the opposite is really the correct.
Well, yeah, fine. Well, let's talk. Cycles. We forgot about what's it called? The cycle that was used to destroy Serpentera.
Oh yeah, I was remembering it before, but I was putting it out of my mind, I guess.
You were putting it up. What's this? Animus gave Cam a gas guzzler. Not Cam, Cole a gas guzzler because he was proven worthy to protect the
Nothing like saving the environment
by destroying the environment.
But the funny thing is, wasn't he gifted that specifically like after like the
right?
whole, like
he was proven to be worthy. Humanity was proven to be worthy to actually live among animals and shit. So
I'll give you a motorcycle.
A motorcycle with a couple of like fuel injectors and shit. Just like just a very big. I'm fine with it. People have problems with the fact that Serpentera was destroyed by it. I don't give a shit. That's not really a big deal. I mean, it could have been destroyed in a couple of other ways, but I guess yeah. What?
Nah, I personally do have problems with it, but I'm just glad we got a Forever Red. So if Serpentera being destroyed in a ridiculous way is the price we pay for just getting Forever Red, then I'm fine, I guess.
Right. Oh, Can we talk about I guess there's let's talk about real quickly because I forgot one more thing from MMPR, a big thing from MMPR that we forgot to talk about was the Ninja Ultrazord.
And
The Ninja
Ultrazord. Literally one of the best times that toys just made it onto the show, aside for like as morphers and stuff.
Yeah, but big in the visible lightning bolts, the pink Ranger Zord were pink. I don't know. I'm only mentioning this like in passing because it's not really worth talking about, but that's like a PR exclusive thing.
If you do end up putting like footage or anything, you should put a big flashing sign on the bottom saying actual show footage.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Google the toys, and I'm just gonna put stock images of the toys on the screen, and I'm gonna say actual show footage. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Because that's what they did.
That's what they essentially. Well, they added like some fireworks to it, which was a neat thing. But
yeah,
they did it in a way where it was actually pretty. They did it. They attempted. There was an attempt. I appreciate the attempt.
Yeah. So could we go back and talk about Shane's Battlizer for a little bit?
Oh yeah, no, yes. I was gonna for sure. That was gonna be what I wanted to talk about. Shane's Battlizer.
Really cool design, if you ask me.
It began the trope of the two-form Battlizer.
Yeah, it really did. Like the other ones, some of them had multiple modes. The flight mode is technically counted as a different one for in space, and Cole has the shield, but that's really just it coming forward. I think the Quantum Ranger also had a bit of a 2-mode one, but it's noticeably different. But so yeah, it's the first 2-form Battlizer. It definitely does the fake muscles thing much better.
Because the armor, why? Because the armor is covering like most of the chest area.
Yeah. I think it also with outside of its in its Battlizer mode or its ground mode, however you want to call it, I think it happens to look really sleek. But is anyone going to mention he's essentially wearing the corpse of a random alien girl?
It's energy that was given to him. I don't know.
It's just one of I know Power Rangers is like some weird stuff in it sometimes, but it's like the fact that literally a dying alien passed on their life force to give him this power up is just very weird to me.
I like the fact that his Zord just kind of goes in, attaches to him also. Yeah. By his flight mode, which makes it distinct enough, I guess. I don't know. It's a cool Battlizer. I want to buy the toy one of these days if I can find it for cheap.
Complete that collection on your shelf.
Yeah, I have a collection of Battlizers. That I like. I like whatever. I have a collection. But if anyone wants to mail them to me, mail some Battlizer toys to me for free. All right, let's go on to the I'm going to evolve because I'm horny Battlizer.
No, I will say that the design, the way this Battlizer comes about, in my mind, from an outside of show perspective, is I'd say one of the most sort of unique out of all of them.
I mean, I guess, but look.
Well, what I mean specifically is that it's built upon a previous power-up that existed in the show.
Right. But I mean, so was the red armored Ranger from Lost Galaxy.
It's not really, the Red Armor Ranger isn't really a boost to the Lights of Orion, though. It's a power set that was on top of it. And what I mean by on top of it is like I think legitimately it's not related to it at all, and it doesn't like link on top.
Right, that's fair.
It just happens to layer sort of over it. While like I just find it cool that they actually took the Tricera, the whatever the Japanese version of the Triassic Ranger was, and decide, you know what, we're going to use this as the first stage of our Battlizer that we're designing.
Right.
We're going to turn this into a Battlizer.
Right. I'm a fan of it because I'm nostalgia blind. I can see why people don't like Stretch Armstrong. It's definitely unique. It's a different take, and I appreciate for, at least the uniqueness,
I think as long as it's not doing the stretchy arms, I think it actually is a really cool looking Battlizer.
I like the idea behind the stretchy arms.
Yeah, the idea is fine. It just looks weird. Like CGI is never really, especially back in 2003 and 2004, wasn't quite yet up to par enough for it to be like actually look kind of good.
Well, TV CGI in general, is never really that good. I don't know. I like the guns. The guns are pretty cool. The Dragon Yo-Yo is a stupid attack name, but I love it.
It's actually called the Dragon Yo-Yo.
It's called. He yells out "Dragon Yo-Yo," and he just yeets just his like arms, like his arm pieces. Whatever. It's stupid. I love it. Whatever. I'm a Dino Thunder stand. I don't know what the fuck that is. But I'm a fanboy for Dino Thunder. That's it. That's they also the bikes.
Mm-hmm.
The bikes are really cool. I like the bikes.
Personally, I don't really like them. I feel like the giant raptor head on the front kind of makes them look very weird.
I always thought that the bikes should have been the rider raptors themselves, like they would transform into the bikes.
Or like evolved or something.
Or like, they whatever. The fact that they decided to make them two separate things is like a bit weird. I don't know. I like the bikes. I think that they're cool for what they are. Tommy and Trent's bike are also, they're pretty interesting.
You know what I was actually thinking that you reminded me of?
What?
If we want to count sort of vehicles,
yeah,
you can't forget the truck.
Right,
the power truck.
The power trucks. The 2-season thing where like the what was it, like the mobile command base for Ninja Steel, Ninja Storm, and then they just kind of turned that into like the hangar bay for the 2-season truck gimmick. That was weird. That was a weird choice. I'm fine. I think it might have been the same truck, just with a different paint job.
It is. I'm pretty sure it is the same truck. They just had it lying around and they decided to use it for some reason.
Right.
Like, I wonder if like during their little team up like thing when they met each other, like if they were going around their hangars and it's like, hey, why do you guys we also have a semi truck we just keep randomly parked. Like where did
Ninja Storm makes a little bit more sense though?
I guess so. They probably used it to get
like tactical whatever. Maybe having the Wind Ninja Academy logo plastered all over it is a little bit of a dead giveaway. It's like having an ice cream van that it's like having like a van, with CIA all over it. Like, what are you trying to hide?
Yes, put the secret in the Secret Ninja Academy.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Connor knows about the Secret Ninja Academy because his brother was a failed student in the Secret Ninja Academy. Mm-hmm. I love that like weird piece of continuity. Like, oh yeah, my brother was like a screw up and he tried to join the whatever, but he fucking sucks. Like, yeah. Oh man, I'm totally cool with this moves, and I wrecked Tommy's computer.
and then somehow fixed it at the same time.
Yeah. God damn it.
And then we come to
I want to actually just talk a little bit more about some weird behind the scenes stuff, some speculation stuff on my end. You know how Triassic was supposed to be allegedly, not allegedly, there what's his name? Devin was because Devin was supposed to be the Triassic. There were plans for that, right? Right. So it kind of extends to the toy phase a little bit. If you look at the Battlizer toy line, there's a Battlizer for Red and there's a Battlizer for Triassic. The Battlizer for Triassic is the one that we got on the show, but the Battlizer for Red is like kind of the same thing. Like it still has the stretchy Armstrong thing, like different armor, but like it's sort of its own unique thing. So like I guess they drafted two designs, and like I'm assuming one was going to be used in the show, which was probably the one that they gave Red, and then Triassic probably, like, they realized Triassic was Red, so they probably scrapped it for the other toy design. That's whatever. All right, SPD. Let's go to SPD.
Yes, the Battlizer's so good it crossed over to Japan.
Half of it.
Well, yeah, but
half of it.
The cyber mode isn't particularly. It's definitely cool.
I like it for what it is. Whatever.
I think it would have been cool to see that as sort of a team power up of some sort.
Yeah. Speaking of team power ups, that came before the team power up, so that's like annoying.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
That's annoying.
Though I do have my personal theory that that the SWAT mode was developed by Cap deliberately trying to take the Battlizer and sort of move it, to all the Rangers to some degree.
You're right, but the Battlizer can take out 5 monsters at once, and I don't know. It's a plot hole. Yeah. It's a plot hole for budget reasons, but they should have waited for the battle. They should have waited for SWAT mode to come before that. I don't know. It's for sure a plot hole.
Yeah.
I think some of the gear that they had, I think maybe the SWAT car might have been American exclusive.
I'm pretty sure it was.
And
I think that might have actually been the same truck, by the way.
No, it wasn't.
Just like
the SWAT car wasn't the truck.
Yeah. No, I think like they might have. I don't know. I feel like I heard somewhere that it was, but yeah, I agree.
That doesn't make any sense. What are you talking? It's like a completely different build. Doggy has a bike.
Well, yeah, there was a whole bunch of ATVs. The black and
right.
Black and
Trent had also
and Trent both had ATVs.
Right, they were ATVs, not bikes. And like the weird, awkward Grum versus Doggy bike encounter. Yeah. that was interesting. That happened.
Skelly bike.
Yeah. That happened. Why does Grum need a bike? I don't know. Why does Lobo need a bike, right? To be fair, Grum's bike does look cool. Never got a toy for it. I kind of always wish we kind of did. It was never used again aside from that one episode. And like, what's the point of making it if you're never going to use it? But like, what's the point of making it to begin with? It doesn't really fit with the character. Yeah. But I think it diverts too much off topic.
Yeah. If I also do really love that the Battlizer is Rick, which is really cool.
Right.
Like they already had him showing up as the K9 cannon. So like the fact that they managed to utilize
that was in the Sentai. The K9 cannon wasn't the Sentai.
I know, but the fact that they managed to tie that all together is really cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I think I'm not mistaken, I think in the toy line for one of the other Battlizers, they got what was the other dog?
You mean like the bulldog?
The bulldog from what's his name?
Sergeant Silverback.
Sergeant Silverback. I think for one of the for one of the other Rangers and for the toy line, they used him.
Well,
I don't think so. Maybe I could be
here's
wrong.
Here's a weird toy I had at one point. I had a toy that was Rick that transformed into the Shadow Ranger for some reason.
That makes sense. I guess maybe at that point of the toy line development, they didn't really know about the whole DeltaBase Megazord thing, because the toys get made in advance, and at that point they were writing the show as the episodes were coming out. So
yeah,
that whatever. Let's go to Mystic Force. Red gets
Red Dragon Fire Ranger, a really cool name.
Well, first of all, let's talk about how Red gets a completely unnecessary bike.
Yeah, like, why?
We have really cool broom bikes, but no, Red needs a bike all to his own.
At least his bike actually is the broom bike, though, just transformed, I think.
Yeah, but it is. But like, what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
What's the air superiority? So I understand toy and whatever and this and that, but like, it's dumb. I'm sorry. No, it's a bad Disney. Bad. Sit in your corner.
Yeah.
This is why I don't pay for my Disney Plus. This is why I'm mooching off of someone else.
Don't let them hear you.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not using your account anymore, so you can cancel anytime you want. I'm using another friend's because you said you were thinking about canceling.
Anyway.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Red Dragon Fire. Yeah, Red Dragon Fire Ranger. Really, really amazing Battlizer.
So I'm looking at the picture right now, and unfortunately, the more I look at this thing when it's not moving, the more it just looks funny to me.
What do you mean?
Do you have the wiki pulled up?
Yeah, I have the wiki pulled up.
So I love the color scheme, but the chest just seems oversized.
I think it's just
I think see it in motion at some point.
I think it's just the angle.
Yeah.
It's just the angle and the way that they crop the photo. I think it's, I don't know. Funny story with toys. They added you know how like during like the CGI effects, they had like these weird like helmet changes for him.
A little bit, not really.
They added that into the toys, and it's kind of hard to explain. I think I don't know if I can show footage. I think I'll just show pictures side by side. And like, I think what's his name? Who's the guy who did all the Ranger top 10 lists back in the day?
I don't know.
The guy who Copa scared him off a little bit.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
do you mean like EC or something like that?
No. He's got black hair, like kind of frizzy hair.
Let me see.
I think it's Ranger Reviews. Is that his name?
I don't know.
Whatever. Well, it'll come to me. But yeah, but he didn't really figure out where those were from. Those are from the weird whooshy CGI fight effects that they used. All right, let's.
Also, I'd have to say one of the weakest secondary mode Battlizers.
I don't really think it counts as secondary mode because all it is wings.
Yeah, it's just wings.
Yeah, it's just wings. All right, now moving on to the best Battlizer. One of the best Battlizer. I really enjoy. I
mean, yeah, I think the design actually is pretty good.
Red Sentinel Night Ranger. I had the toy of it back in the day. I love how they don't add any I love how they change the paint job of the helmet.
Yeah, just ever so subtly, making it gold and gold and green instead of the normal colors.
Right, that's kind of all you really have to do.
Yeah.
I like the armor. I like this. The chest popping out thing is weird.
Yeah, the fact that the chest is the face is the only part of it that is like, bleh.
But it gets
I think
covered
it
up
only happens once.
a couple of times. I think once or twice. It gets covered up, and the toy was actually really cool. It was pretty much fairly accurate to the show, and
So I'm looking at the picture. The fact that it's got pointy boots, pointy shoe boots, is kind of funny to me.
Well, because Sentinel Knight had pointy shoe boots.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing. He's like a fusion between Sentinel Knight and Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea that it's originally meant, it is a shame that we never actually got to see what it looks like when applied to Zords, how it was originally meant to be done.
So I think the idea probably would have either been Lights of Orion or Zord suits, like Zord mode suits.
Probably more like Lights of Orion.
Probably.
Or like just take off the sort of chest piece, the sort of if you look at how the shoulders, the vest, and the draped down front piece, imagine that coming off and going onto a Zord.
Right. No, I get that. Let's talk about
the swords as well.
Right. Let's talk about Transtech armor, because that is actually really freaking cool. I love the Transtech armor. I really.
Yeah, that's a vehicle too, technically.
It's like a whatever. It's like both. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's pretty wizard. I'm gonna put a picture of Anakin Skywalker when I say wizard. like Hayden Christensen, like not Hayden Christensen. The kid version of Anakin Skywalker. Yeah. What's his name? The guy who went to jail. He went to jail.
Anyway.
You know who I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah. Defender vest. That's not American though, right?
No, it's not. It has a neat American origins, like a Power Rangers origin story.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's not. It's not American. I don't think anything else from Op Overdrive is US exclusive. Defender vest for Adam.
Oh yeah, that is cool.
That's badass, because that's like using 3 power sets at once.
Yeah,
you're using the Mystic power to fuel the the Defender vest, and you're using the Defender vest from Op Overdrive, and you're using the MMPR powers as a base. So that is really awesome.
Yep.
I mean, where's the lightning line for that? I need to buy. I'm gonna buy that day one.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see it come eventually, with how good Lightning Line has sort of been on giving us obscure stuff.
Right. We're getting Ninja Billy soon, which I actually also want to buy. I'm really, really excited about Ninja Billy. But yeah, I think that's done for Op Overdrive.
No, there's one more American Battlizer.
No, for Op Overdrive.
Oh yeah, for Op Overdrive.
For Op Overdrive. Next, let's go into Wild Force, which has a bunch of stuff.
Wild Force?
Not Jungle Fury, sorry. Jungle Fury, which has a bunch of stuff, which is free on YouTube, which is pretty cool. And it is not an underrated season, because everyone freaking says, oh man, Wild Force is such an underrated season. No, it's not. If everyone says it's underrated, it's not underrated anymore.
I think it's just because almost no one talks about it.
What are you talking? Everyone talks about the fact that it's underrated.
No, that's what I'm saying. When people mention Jungle Fury, the main thing that's talked about is, oh, it's underrated.
What are you talking? Then it's not underrated at that point.
No,
I know what you're saying, but it's a logical fallacy.
Not exactly, because it's like.
No, I get what you're saying, but I don't agree with it. Whatever. Saying that, if enough people say that it's underrated, right? Because I've talked to separate friend groups who have no connection with each other, You both say that's underrated. Right? It's like everyone, like you know how like everyone says that Kappa Mikey's underrated, right?
Alright.
It's not underrated. If everyone says that it's underrated, then it's like it's just rated. I'm gonna put a picture of Robin from Young Justice with the word rated. Because the whole whelmed thing from Young Justice, yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking-
I mean, obviously the big ones, but I'm trying to remember what the Strike Rider the Strike Rider is American as well, right?
Yes, the Strike Rider is an American form slash slash vehicle, and I appreciate it. The toy's kind of crap. I was very disappointed by the toy. I bought it recently. Maybe like a couple of months ago, actually. I was like, I got it in box. It's still in box. I'll probably show a picture of it. But like the articulation is kind of crap, but I got it because I really like Jungle Fury. I really should buy the DVD. But yeah, no, Strike Rider is a thing. Also, frick, the Spirit Rangers.
Yes, the Spirit Rangers.
It was the big thing.
Yeah.
And
once again, another thing that don't want to say where it may or may not happen, but then next time we got major animal themed Rangers. Sorry.
Yep.
Maybe just cut that out. The next,
I'm probably not going to cut it out. It's a sneeze. You didn't like curse or something like that. It's a sneeze. Oh, he sneezed. That's the worst. This is the worst discussion ever.
No, it's just like the weird sequiturs made by like me getting ready to sneeze. It's just gonna sound weird. Anyway, but so like think about it. The next time we got, what were the Spirit Rangers? They were the Black Bat, the Light Blue Shark, and the Green Elephant.
Yes.
Next time when we get animal themed Rangers, well, maybe not next time, but
next time was Beast Morphers, actually. So
well, I'm talking about in Japan. The next time we get like, and when I mean animal themed, I mean like truly like majorly committed to the animal theme.
Right.
Like in all honesty, Go Busters was more spy themed.
No, it was
technology themed.
I know, but they kind of shifted that for PR, whatever.
Yeah. But the
a beetle is a beetle is a mantis.
Yep.
All right. Let's
when you get Zyuohger, two of the Rangers are a light blue shark and a green elephant.
And the bat is a boomerang.
Yep. Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
We'll talk about that probably more when we get to actually like discussing Zyuohger and stuff.
Right, I probably should watch it. I'm not gonna put this on pause to watch the entire series of Zyuohger, but I'm just like I probably should watch a little bit of it before we talk about that. Next is all the Zord forms. I'm not gonna even like dignify them with like a specific response. They're just like dumb Zord forms.
You mean from Jungle Fury?
No, I mean from like the Neo Saban era.
Well,
okay, fine. Let me just backtrack. Okay, there was the Go Onger van from what's it called from RPM. But that's it. There's nothing really unique about just a van with like some tech inside.
Yeah. And then you got what's it called? You got the samurai, the Shogun mode.
Well,
which
yeah,
is
it's a Zord.
American.
Right. I'm saying, but that counts as part of the Zord. Whatever. We'll talk about the
Well,
Shogun.
no,
Zord.
because they actually did use Shogun mode
Shogun
outside
Red
of
specifically.
battle a few times.
I think it was just once or twice.
Well, is this?
I think you have to click on Jaden specifically to actually
Yeah.
see if
Yeah.
and his Historia. I don't know. I try to keep
Yeah.
samurai out of my head.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you have the cockpit mode, which I agree is really annoying to me. Because it's like, for crying out loud, you are filming new fight footage occasionally. It's like you're filming fight footage, you have the cockpit suits, put the two blasted things together.
Right. For sure.
And oddly enough, the one series where they should have probably filmed new cockpit footage to do something interesting with
Super Megaforce.
Yep, they don't. Megaforce and Super Megaforce. It's just like, why?
Because laziness.
Yep.
I mean,
but anyway,
we're winding down because they're obviously we're because there's like less and less stuff to talk about, but there is in Dino Charge there is an exclusive bike that we get for like 2 seconds. Weird thing is, Japan later made a different bike. I could be wrong. It could be maybe the same bike that whatever. No, but Japan made a different bike for one of the movies, I think. And then we just didn't use that. We used like a different design for that.
Here's a question: is the red Lion Fire? No, it's not, because it's from.
No, yeah, it's from Ninja.
Yeah,
it's from Ninja. I like the design also. I got to say a lot. Japan's Battlizers are really cool. They're a little bit slimmer for my liking. It's not really a Battlizer, but whatever.
Yeah, they're more along the lines of stuff like the
a general power-up mode.
They're kind of very similar to the Dragonfire, the red Dragonfire, and the what's it called, and the Tri-Battlizer,
right?
Which kind of makes sense, especially when you think about that did they port cyber mode as well, or
they did. Cyber mode was no, they didn't port cyber mode. It was straight. It was straight to Sonic mode. And like, I gotta say, the transformation that they used in that movie was kind of crap. You're paying a movie, right? You're paying for a movie. You're not watching this on TV. You're paying for it's a different thing, but they used a different transformation, and it looked like ass. I'm sorry. The one that we got, America's transformation was like a lot cooler. Anyway, I guess like we really only have.
There is one more.
There is one more. And it kind of follows the design philosophy of the Japanese Battlizers. There is one more.
Red Fury mode.
Red Fury mode. I really, for some reason, it's not on the wiki.
It is. It's here.
I don't see it.
I see it. It's right underneath the Lion Fire stuff.
It is? No, yeah. That's Beast X.
Huh. Mine has Red Fury mode.
Really?
I mean, it might be showing the picture for Beast X, but it says Red Fury mode.
Nah, it's Beast X for me.
Huh.
Let me
reload. I'll send over my page I'm looking at.
I reloaded the screen to see. It's Beast X. You see, can I see what you're trying to say?
There you go.
This is what I mean by the wiki's not so reliable. Crap. We forgot about A Squad.
Oh
We
yeah.
forgot about A Squad.
Bloody A Squad. Yeah. Yeah. How did we forget A Squad?
A Squad was a great plot device. I like the suits. As a kid, I was in denial that they reused the helmets. I don't know why. We got well, at least they painted like different color.
Yeah.
For
They
green.
did add ports on them.
For green. They did have ports. But yeah, two things we need to talk about in Beast Morphers. Beast X, which they did give an explanation why it was never used again, which was actually really neat. How it was like a little mini arc.
You mean Red Fury?
No, right, Red Fury. Sorry, a little mini arc. I do enjoy, the toy. Also, my toy has two claws because I have to buy an extra one because Hasbro doesn't make good toys, I guess, because the leg was busted. Whatever. I would. Oh, frick! Also, Ninja Steel had those evil robot rangers. I don't know if those really count, but I just have to mention them. But
I'm not sure which ones those are.
By Dimensions in Danger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, so Red Fury mode was actually pretty cool. And if you want to count Roxy, which I kind of do.
I guess. The Roxy I feel is too far away from, like, even though I know she's technically Ranger based, I feel like this is one of those examples of like is a little too far away from fully being a Ranger for me.
I know she morphs, she has a morpher. She
I know, but still.
It's up for debate.
Something about the way the design is supposed to look, you know what I mean?
Fine, it's up for debate. I count it, you don't, whatever. The world goes around. Yeah, I think we're out of time.
Well, apparently Dino Fury has a Battlizer, but I don't know whether or not that's Japanese based or not.
That's Japanese based or not. That is Japanese. That's from Japan.
Well, actually, I'm scrolling on. Yeah, it is. There it is.
It's from Japan.
Yeah. So we're out of time. I agree. It's getting late.
It's getting late. It's 11:20. And I gotta say, this has been interesting. Let's do this again. I'm gonna edit this probably maybe tomorrow.
All right. Good luck with that.
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll
if you need raw footage, I have a bunch of archive footage that you might be able to use.
I don't think your archive footage is something I would probably use for like a couple of reasons. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll get to them maybe after I stop recording. But I have to say I don't want to. Whatever. I'll talk to them about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But next time we're gonna talk about the possibility of, I guess I'm just gonna call it Power Rangers Animal Force because why not?
Mm-hmm. Beast Force or something like that.
Like something like generic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Maybe we'll finally get Power Rangers Force.
Power Rangers Power Rangers Force in my. I mean, I know. Marcus Satsu made that joke. I think that's his name. One of the Power Rangers YouTubers that's kind of trash made that joke. I think it was Marcus Satsu. I'll write something like yeah it was about like Akiba Ranger being Power Rangers Force.
I can't say I don't think they're wrong about that.
Which it kind of is. Akiba Ranger, great show. Would recommend. It's cool. Second season's kind of meh. I didn't really finish the second season. I probably need to finish that. But yeah, Power Rangers, whatever. Zyuohger. We're gonna discuss that. It's gonna be a weird discussion because I've never watched Zyuohger, but I'm gonna probably watch 1 or 2 episodes just to stay on track. So, all right, this has been fun. This is the seemingly I guess we're gonna call ourselves DeltaBase
Yep.
until
DeltaBase powering down, I guess.
sure. DeltaBase powering down. All right. Let's hope I can figure out how to all right. See ya. Signing off, I guess.
Yep.
And stop.
3 days later.
Hey guys. We missed some things. Everything was done, everything was said and done, and then we kind of
Realized
realized
there's a metric ton of stuff we missed because, well, to be honest, our minds were focusing mostly on Battlizers and specific Ranger designs.
right. And I mean those are the big things.
Yep.
Those are the
They're
big
ones that stick out in your mind.
right. And we kind of wanted to cover everything, and probably not going to cover everything. But
yeah, it's like, let's be honest, like we didn't even mention the communicators in the first time, and that was probably mostly because it's like, well, it's not an item that's used in battle, but at the same time it's iconic, but it's like, so it's like some stuff like the communicators I just feel like go without saying.
yeah, I don't think we need to talk about the communicators. I mean, if you want, we could methodically go over every season that has them. Maybe not.
Well, the communicators I think only are from season 1 through Turbo, I think.
Well, there was okay. I guess we're doing this now.
Oh well, that's how these go.
I guess we're doing this now. No, there were Ninja Steel had
Oh, that's what you mean.
and Beast
no,
Morphers kind of
when
had.
I mean the communicators, I mean the very specific.
You mean like the very specific iconic communicators?
Yeah, the things that are literally called the communicator.
I mean, those are also called, I don't know, whatever. Forget it. It's not.
I think they have like a Ninja Steel. They have a different name. It's like a Galactic Watch or something like that.
Something stupid, like
a lot of stuff in Ninja Steel, but
maybe we're gonna save that for another time.
Another video.
Because also no one in that school apparently knows what the fuck a smartwatch is, right?
Yes, the school where people build hoverboards.
Don't know what a smartwatch is.
A personal competition.
Not even like
robot arms to cheat at sports.
Right. Like I'm mad just because like smartwatches at that point were a very common thing.
Yeah.
They were just like a common thing. That's like the thing that irks me. Like the teacher's like, oh, what is this? And like everyone's like, oh, what is this weird thing? Like, no. What?
Yeah, it's like watches have had screens on them. It's like for the last half decade at that point.
Like anyone who's watching this as a kid knows what a smartwatch is.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's get some corrections out of the way. First, I just want to say this because the 0 people who are actually going to watch this are gonna mention this. Yes. The what's it called more for the Magna Defender morpher thingy. Yes, they changed the morpher, but that's from the Sentai also, whatever. Yeah, I'm breezing through it just so because people are going to mention it, right?
Mm-hmm. It's from a different, it's the morpher that was used in Die Ranger.
Yes.
Though, so it is kind of cool to see stuff like that get reprocessed during those first couple of seasons.
Right. I'm more curious like why they actually had it on set.
Yeah, that is a good question. Like, did they just have all the props? Like, were they at some point, like, were the Die Ranger suits like wholesale just sent over and they were just like, nah? Like, how did that work?
I don't know. The questions.
Or were they specifically like, hey, we need a morpher for this guy? You know, what do we got? Okay, we have this and this. Oh, that's a cool one. Like, I wonder if like they sent in a letter or a note to Japan saying, hey, do you have any spare morphers we could use? And then they sent them like a picture catalog with like, okay, we got this one and this one, and then they just like picked it out.
I'm always like interested and fascinated what exactly the relationship between, like, production wise, is between Japan and America, but when it comes to just specific things like this.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes they seem like they have a whole bunch of close contact, and sometimes it seems like they have absolutely no contact. And I think the latter is probably true more of the time.
It's weird. It's interesting. It's maybe that's a topic for a different for a different whatever whatever. Let's go through some clarifications. All right, let's just kind of get these out of the way. Okay, so I have never watched Cocker Ranger like in my life. I've seen some clips throughout, the internet, and I know that the shark bikes did exist in Cocker Ranger. I just didn't know exactly which didn't exist. So yeah, apparently pink, white, and black were only for us.
Mm-hmm.
And
so we pretty much made exactly half of the cycles.
Right. I mean, we and there was like sidecars for blue and yellow.
Uh-huh. Or well, blue and
yeah, blue and yellow.
Okay.
Um,
blue and black, you mean?
No, blue and yellow. Pink, white, and black were not in the Sentai.
Okay.
Because
yeah. Another clarification with something that I brought up last time is yes, the rad bug is actually a American only invention.
Yes, I'm an idiot. Again, whatever. I remember hearing and I remember seeing a clip like that, but like apparently I'm like, I don't know, maybe I just have shit memory. Maybe it's just the fact that like I'm just not whatever. I haven't seen Jew Ranger and it shows, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Another clarification has to do with various things about motorcycles, because there are a lot of interesting stuff. It seems like a lot of them had to revolve around the motorcycles.
Yeah, we skipped a lot of motorcycles. Let me also state that the what's it called? The what's it called? The Dino Charge motorcycle was in Japan.
Okay.
It was Japanese. I don't know, for some reason I thought it was like slightly different. No, it's the same motorcycle across. Whatever. I don't know why I thought it was US exclusive, but or was slightly different. Whatever. Just what it is. And
like, sorry.
Sometimes I don't know.
Another thing that was, I think I was actually right on this hunch, and that is that the red, blue, and yellow hurricane cycles, or what were they called? Tsunami cycles.
Yeah.
Are American.
Yes.
I believe, those who are watching could go check, but I believe that I actually did guess that those were the American ones.
Right.
And that the Thunder ones were the originals.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think that's out of the way. I guess also the vehicle that I was referring to, the jet vehicle, is called the mobile armor vehicle.
Uh-huh.
You don't remember this time travel plot?
No, not really.
You really don't?
Honestly, it has been a while since I've watched Lightspeed.
I just remember it for how stupid it is. It just kind of doesn't make sense, and how like they just kind of inadvertently discover time travel and then just kind of
That's a thing now.
like, yeah. Like it was like a thing that was fair weather, like messed up with the circuits and that like
Hmm. Yeah.
oh, it was like they used it like maybe like 3 times on the show. I don't know.
Hmm. And
Um
one thing I want to briefly mention, things that I would roughly call background elements, or sort of things that are significant but not what I would exactly think of. Kind of like the same, kind of like the communicator, are things like Dominic's bracelet,
right.
which is really interesting that that is American only, because I feel like that's one of those weird little items that would have been like obscurely part of the Sentai that had just been like shipped over and they decided to use it.
I asked a friend and he clarified that Geki Chopper always had the
Full-size morpher.
full size morpher, yeah.
All right. Another example that's listed here is the White Ranger's non-morphed wand.
Yeah, that is a full-on morpher.
It is, but I guess it's just because of the way it's designed and the fact of how little is used, and like when she morphs, it's not in that form anymore. It sort of feels like it's more of a background item.
Right.
Like where other things that were changed were like things like the solar morphers, and like even something like the Dino Thunder bracers, or whatever you'd call those. Like
Yeah,
they
the
directly,
bracelet, the like whatever, yeah. I
yeah,
was
they're like
wondering
more
those, by the way.
substantial and like are more recognizable. Like if you were to see the Rhino bracelet, you would just think, oh, that's a cool weird piece of jewelry, probably picked up at a the local mall or something.
Right.
It's like, yeah, these have a mall design, but they also look more substantial in a certain way, and the Dino gems like directly embedded into them.
Someone on Etsy needs to make these. I'm
How is
sorry.
someone not?
Like, I don't know. They made a full Mesogog head. Remember
Really?
that? Remember when that was like floating around for a little while? Someone on Etsy made a full Mesogog mask. And
I kind of want to get a hold of that just to like mount it on a wall or something.
it was like I was thinking about buying it at one point, but it was like a couple $100.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
like
if I'm gonna spend that much on Ranger merch, I might as well get like a full costume or helmet or something.
the guy only made like one or two of them, and like it was sort of like it was one of those like one and done things. Like this guy's never going to do this again.
Yeah. And then there's like another example of what I would almost call background dressing is things like Ranger exclusive jackets.
Right. Well,
So
I didn't put those in because it's more of a.
that's what I mean. It's like a background item for the most part. That's why,
Right.
like, even though, yeah, you're saying that they fall into combative roles, I consider things like Dominant's bracelet and the White Ranger's wand, both kind of like that.
Right. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. I have to text someone something real quick. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you'll just edit that out.
Nah, I'm probably not going to.
All right.
It's not like a thing. Like whatever. It's like a podcast thing. So whatever. I guess also I guess sort of set dressing tangentially related was the battle morpher.
You mean the
Ninja Steel battle
which
morpher.
one's the battle morpher?
Ninja Steel. How the
oh,
morpher was changed for something that's already in the show.
yeah, in Japan, it's the sword. Is their spin swords, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand that, especially considering that's like the season before, we literally had a gun as our morpher.
I think it has to do more with like it has less to do with violence and more to do with like it kind it looks kind of like a morpher more.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. That does look the part of it more. And then you have the whole thing with like, with the Gold Rangers one where it's like,
That's completely original.
yeah,
That
so it
is.
is directly. It's pretty much a remold.
Oh, for sure, but it's completely original, and
Yeah, as opposed to that, the hamburger, which still shows up as a cell phone.
this is like dumb. The dumb reason why they include.
It's like I honestly don't know what to think about it, because it's like on the one hand, it's like, okay, you didn't have the guts or whatever you want to say, whether or not you feel it should have been is irrelevant. But then it's like you don't do it, and then you deliberately have it show up on set anyway.
Right.
It's like the funny thing to me is it's like it's more of a weird question. It's like, okay, now how do you get that cell phone? Because who makes a cell phone like that?
Don't you know? I don't know. It's my head. It's probably something like like the Microsoft fridge.
Yeah, something that's like just custom made by like one advertising campaign or something.
Well, like yeah, like how like Microsoft bought into the meme and made a fridge, right?
Mm-hmm. No, not really.
If they how like the Series X or whatever, they were joking how it looked like a mini fridge. So they like just said, screw it, we're gonna do this. we're just gonna. It's not custom. It's official. It's officially like they released this. You can't buy it anymore because it's been scalped to hell and back. But it's like my mind. It's like that. Like someone made like a dumb thing just for the sake of having a dumb thing, right?
Yeah.
Like someone made a dumb joke and like a company kind of bought into. I don't know. That's my headcanon.
You know what probably happened? A company released a flip phone, and someone and it had a really weird color scheme, like orange and like an orange and red color scheme or something like that.
Right. It looks like a cheeseburger.
Yeah, and someone's like, and then like a whole bunch of people, it's like, oh, this thing looks like a cheeseburger, and it's like, yeah, it will actually do that.
Yeah, that's my headcanon. I mean, it will go great with my hamburger earmuffs, also. Like from The Simpsons, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. All right. So do we want to get like more into a vaguely structured portion of the video, of the podcast?
Yeah. Let's continue.
So there seem to be a couple of broad categories: weapons, morphers, and vehicles seem to be sort of the broad categories. Do you want to tackle each one individually, or
well, we already tackled a bunch of them now.
A bunch of the vehicles primarily, and a good bit of the morphers, aside for the trivia about the them changing the the words on the Power Morpher to be Power Rangers.
The only reason why I was in there because like it's technically different from the Sentai at this point, and I just kind of wanted to cover that much.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess let's just kind of go like in order of what we didn't cover yet.
All right.
So I guess that's the Ninja Super Steel Blaster.
Yep.
I don't know how the hell they got this, because it takes like you need like a ninja, you need like a specific star, right, to do this, to activate it.
Probably, because it's one of those things. It's like you could ask how they got most of the stuff in their vault, but yeah, how they got it working. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense that
it just pops out of the ether.
Yeah, but it's like, to be honest, it's like I think the idea that's like weirdly enough, if any team is going to manage to get random disparate Ranger stuff working, it would be the Beast X team. Simply because it's like, as we saw him, the way that he tried to activate the RPM morpher, like you could literally just pour more effects on most of this stuff, It's like literally refined morphing grid energy.
Right, but where does it?
Yeah,
I guess
where did it
this
come
physically
from?
exist? Yeah, that's what I'm
Like
trying to.
despawns after you use it.
Yeah, and I mean, I would have lumped this in the earlier category of just generic cockpit stuff because I just kind of lumped that in altogether last time, but this is
Yeah,
different
that
because
and that
it's
and the
outside.
what ninja chainsaw.
Right, like that is the Shogun mode and whatever. It's just like
Mhm.
and the Squidward mode for um red Devon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Squidward mode, right?
I don't remember honestly.
You don't remember the like the weird cockpit gun thing, and he changed his helmet.
Oh
and
yeah. That was weird. That was
like I call it Squidward mode because
yeah, that works.
that,
Yeah.
but like it's used outside of the cockpit, so we should talk about it. And we did talk about it.
Mhm. Yep.
Beast Morphers did a lot of weapons.
Yeah, and some of them work, some of them don't. Like I'd say the Beast X Ultra Blaster, that's actually a pretty cool looking weapon. It kind of reminds me of the SWAT blasters a little bit.
Looks like a Nerf gun.
I mean, yeah, that's because
It's very apropos, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, but it's like because of the gray cylinder in the middle and stuff. And
No,
like,
I'm not saying that's a bad thing, by the way. I'm saying like, no, it's a good thing. It looks like a cool Nerf gun that I would like to buy. But they just didn't make it for some
they
reason.
should get on that.
Yeah.
That's late now.
Yeah.
But like an example of it not working so well is the Ultra Bow, because like I'm looking at like a handful of their like specific weapons they made. And a lot of them just like, especially the Ultra Bow, and I think the Beast X cannon also, just sort of have kind of weird proportions. Or like another example, as you can see, is the Beast X King Morpher, and even the Cheetah Claws a little bit. They almost look like, I was thinking about it earlier today when I was going over the list. They almost look like they took the ones that were made for kids and just scaled them up so that adult hands could fit in them
Right.
without like changing any of the proportions.
Well, the weird thing about the Beast X King Warfare, it's not it like summons a Zord. That's all it does.
That is, well, no, they do use it in combat.
They do?
At least a handful of times.
I don't remember.
I think that's actually they attack Evox with it at one point, I think.
Oh, so it's like a battle booster type thing.
Yeah, and like they even like develop develop specific arrows and stuff for it.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I think they were planning to deal the finishing blow to him with it. But and they also use it to deliver the antivirus to the Zord as well, I think.
Huh.
But I do think they used it in primary battle a handful of times. Yeah, and then you have the Beast X Ultra Cannon, which I think looks kind of cool, but it also looks like things are just kind of stacked on top of each other. Maybe just the image for it's a little weird. What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, yeah, things are definitely just stacked up on top of it, for sure. I don't know. I mean, whatever. It's a hodgepodge. It's definitely a hodgepodge.
Mm-hmm. And then we have what is kind of like, I think, one of the weirder weapons, the Spin Saber. Just like, what? Like the thing confuses me on like how does it even, like, what? It's like it spins around its center. Like how does this work? and then it's like its front, like it almost looks like it gets wider as it goes out, and then it's got like a very flat, like it's almost not almost a square at the end. Your thoughts on the spin saber? Oh, hello. Oh,
Sorry. It looks
but
better. Sorry. It looks better as a toy. That's kind
yeah,
of all I gotta say.
yeah, yeah. It's like weird. It's like like it makes sense like why the toy would have such a like flattened like square blade. Like it literally just looks like a rectangle. Um, but it's, on the like actual shot, show model, it should have been made like a little more sword, like a little bit longer and like a little bit like more pointy.
Right.
Yep.
I can't exactly. Was the Ripperzord US exclusive, or that was in Go Busters?
Which sword?
The Ripperzord.
Which one was that? One
That
second.
that was Blaze's exclusive Zord.
I feel like no. Because just generally, very rarely does America produce its own Zord footage.
No, it wasn't. All right, I'm checking this right now. Yeah. I just whatever. Forget it.
Your
Yeah,
turn.
you're right. You're right.
Sorry. Your turn.
To sneeze.
No, to pull something from the list and start off.
Sorry, I just like this is something that I was like thinking, and I wanted to make sure that it was because I have to be thorough, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna pull something from the list. Let's just talk about the MMPR gadgets.
Yeah. A lot of good ones there. So like a whole bunch.
Yeah, let's just kind of run through them because we got the anti-sonic foam gun, which is just a foam gun. You got Kimberly's ribbon, which she used to beat that one monster. Actually, I think I forgot to put it on the list here.
Yeah.
Which I think it might have been like a inspiration for the movie whip that Kimberly had.
Maybe. I don't know.
You don't remember the whip that she had in the movie? Or like this?
No.
No? All right, whatever.
It's
Not
been
a big
even
deal.
longer since I've seen like I saw that movie once and it was like years and years ago.
Fine. Yeah, the Billy, I mean, they're not Billy gadgets, but they're kind of implied to be, even though they're not shown into the show. I mean, they're from U2 footage, so I'm assuming that it was like, oh, they thought Billy was the handyman, so they were just gonna attribute it to him, and we're gonna, there's the mirror shield that Jason uses to defeat a monster. There's like the mega heater.
Yep.
Anyway, they just don't call it like a laser or whatever, or why whatever. A lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah, a whole bunch of different Billy gadgets that we're just not gonna like go watch MMPR if you want.
Yeah, we're not gonna go super into them. Let's talk about the best morpher of all time, the Samuraizer.
Yep. And now that the Samurais are allowed to say is kind of a weird design in the way that like it is based off of the Japanese morpher
Loosely,
but it's like
very loosely.
yeah, well the inside, the way it looks when it's open is based off of it,
right?
but it's like they like I wonder if they like decide, okay, we don't want the brush, so like I
And
wonder
then they
how
give Lauren the brush,
yeah, but it's like I wonder
and then
if
they
like
keep
the
the brush
marketing,
gimmick.
like how did the marketing go for this? Like, was it that Bandai America didn't want to produce the brush morpher, so they were like, okay, we're not going to make that morpher, so we're going to make it this, and they're like, okay, we'll just use that one for the show as well. Or was it that they decided, okay, we don't want to use the brush morpher, so we're just going to we're going to make this instead? Like, which side did it start from?
I think it usually starts with the toys.
Yeah, probably.
I think you're probably right. To be fair, I'm 100% fine with Gold changing his morpher because it makes sense.
What was his morpher in Japan? A Barracuda or something?
It was like that was a Barracuda sword. It's like morpher in Japan was like a sushi thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, also, like, it kind of looks like, kind of homemade from old cell phones. Like, that was like his origin. Like, oh,
Well,
I made it out of old cell phone parts. And then, like, it just looks exactly like the other one.
Yeah. Though it's like, I think what would made a lot more sense story-wise would be something along the lines of that's like that his morpher is like this, but the other ones were like the traditional style, and it's like, that would make sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, well, the problem is that they're still phones.
Yeah.
But whatever. That's a problem with the Sentai also.
Though I will admit, I actually really do like the fact that they did bring the other one in for lore. And like, it is an interesting bit of like lore continuity. It's like, it does make you wonder. It's like I think either Mike or Kevin specifically say that this morpher is old school, or like that, like implying that's like a legitimately older morpher.
Right.
So it's like, I wonder, it's like, were there others, like, do they remake their morphers every couple of, like, every generation? Like is there like a tradition for them to like build their own morphers, or like something along those lines?
Maybe. I don't know. You want to talk about the solar morphers, just because we kind of just skirted through them. I feel like they deserve a little bit more of a conversation than they're just
just the last thing is, apparently Mentor G has his own Samuraizer, so it's like, make of that what you will.
Brown Samurai Ranger.
Maybe.
Shinken Brown, baby.
The entire time.
Yeah. Solar morphers, I love these things. I love them. I wish we had like replicas.
Yeah. I think they're cool, and I think they're definitely unique. I guess they're just kind of weird, and they also seem like really, really small to me. Like, they're legitimately one of the most insubstantial morphers I've ever seen. But at the same time, it's like, for what they were going for, I think it makes perfect sense, and I think they work. They work in their context very well.
For sure.
I like the fact that's like they are able to like incorporate like the tapping of them onto the side, and like incorporate like visual communications and stuff in with them. Was very smart.
Right. And frick, what was I about to say? I guess let's just address the fact that Alien Rangers didn't have morphers.
Yeah, we still don't know how, like, Alien Rangers really, they get a way too little love. It's like, they were brought back quite a number of times, which is actually kind of nice, which is kind of better than like they get like nowadays, like a lot of other stuff in Power Rangers.
Right. Did we talk about the Galactic Rover last time?
I think we might have mentioned it, but not very much. And
just like the show.
Yeah. And then so it's like Zane just like shows up one day from his
rover.
Yeah,
because it's space themed, you see.
Yeah. And then apparently somehow the demon stole it.
Right. It's very clearly, if you watch Lightspeed, you could see what's her face, has the same car, but like vaguely designed after demonic imagery.
Yeah, Vipers. They literally took
Vipra.
it. They literally took it and replaced the back set of wings with like bat wings. And then it's like, do you remember what it's called? Because I remember what it's called, and it is hilariously stupid but cheesy at the same time.
It is just so dumb. Everything about Vipra is just not. It's just not. It just.
It's called the Vipari.
Vipari. That's so dumb.
I could be wrong, but that's what I remember it being called.
I kind of believe.
It's like, let's just imagine in canon that like it literally is the same car. It's like, so it's like Diabolico just like talking to Viper after she brings this thing back while they're still probably sealed in their tomb somehow.
I got this at a used car lot.
So you managed to get out, go to a car lot, buy something, and then bring it back here.
It was like really cheap though.
How did you even pay for this?
I don't know, it was like $20. I asked some guy to borrow some money and I just left.
Well, we are demons. It's like, why not just open the tube? Just like,
because it's hard.
it's like,
It's hard.
Base. Why?
Okay, let's talk about the weird tradition of flying bikes in Power Rangers.
Yes. And
Disney had like an obsession with them.
Yeah, for like the early Disney era. Well, even into the late Disney era.
Yeah, it was like three of them were like one random ranger got a bike that flew.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the second two are just like the same bike, just retooled.
Are they? I mean, the frame seems a little. I don't know. I think
I think they function almost the same. I could be wrong. Actually, I think I'm wrong.
No. Hovertech and Hovercraft, very, very, very different. Kind of.
Yeah.
No, well, like not very different, but like different enough.
I do really like the Skylander, the Crimson Skylander. Simply because of just how different it is compared to the other handful of flying motorcycles. Like the fact that it transforms into a hand glider is very on brand and very like kind of cool to me.
Yeah, it's very Ninja Storm, and and the fact that Motodrome made it, ooh, that was a big deal, except not really.
Yeah. Motodrome, another weird idea.
Just another throwaway character that they just kind of had to use.
Yeah, it's like it got really stuffed with generals at the end of that season.
Right. Oh, also another clarification: SWAT truck was US exclusive. I wanted to just put that. Dude.
So countdown.
I'm recording now. All right.
So for those of you, what just happened is that I live in a house with no internet. So I run my internet through my phone's hotspot. And well, my phone died. You'd think I would have remembered to make sure that didn't happen, but oh well.
All right, let's just finish this because it's getting late and we shouldn't. We already Okay, that was tricky. Now we were talking about the let's talk about the hovercraft cycle for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we didn't talk about that. We talked about the glider or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, they're both sort of weird models that use their wheels as helicopter blades.
Right, the hover tech and the hovercraft.
Yeah. I kind of like the styling on the hovercraft, which is the Dino Thunder one, just
Yeah.
because it fits the aesthetic of the show of the season a lot better.
I don't know what the, like, to be fair, Op Overdrive's aesthetic is just technology and
All over the place anyway. I think it's just the big swaths of pink throughout it that sort of throws it off visually for me.
it's more purple than anything else.
Yeah, pink or purple. It's just like it's specific to the Black Ranger, so I feel like it should have like more black, silver, gray, those sorts of colors, as opposed to it's like, oh, just throwing a giant, a couple of giant pink purple highlights.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like it's like, are they the same cyclists? Like if I recall, like the way they Yodas, they're probably made from the same retooled toy.
Maybe. I have to look up the toys. I'll probably put a text thing because we're not making another part of this. Next time we're gonna require next thing. This is like the biggest train wreck we're ever gonna do. Don't worry. Next time we're gonna do like topics and like less researchy stuff. And when we research, we're gonna do it beforehand.
That's the idea. But yeah, this has been sort of a vaguely train wreck.
Yeah, but all first times are kind of train wrecks.
Yep.
But yeah, our craft cycle was awesome. Episode that he got it in was kind of meh.
Mm-hmm.
And like the canonical why it flies is like shoehorned in actually. Like, Haley, can you make it fly? Like, what? Okay, back to the drawing board. Right?
Yeah, he literally just asked her in the middle of the thing. It was like, "Can you make it fly?" Is that what happens?
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. That's exactly how it went down. Okay.
That is kind of fun.
The super rad and awesome Ninja Steel bike. Yay!
It's got a bit of an interesting design. It's like, don't say that they didn't go all out with the idea that's made of a folded out star.
Like that's kind of like what the toy is, It looks exactly like what the toy. It's stupid.
They actually did a pretty good job of adapting that. It's actually like kind of a vaguely cool design. Yeah, I'm actually looking at this. Yeah, it was just my memory. Yeah, the hover tech and hovercraft cycles transform in two completely different ways.
Yeah.
In fact, honestly, to be honest, the hover tech makes a lot more sense. Because the way the hover tech works is that the sides of it like fold out and then go above him to turn into helicopter blades, and then the wheels turn into
like
turn into propeller jet things.
Yeah.
While the hovercraft cycle from the Dino Thunder one is just like the wheels, just the bottom wheel like folds down, split, the wheels fold down and then like turn into like underneath him helicopter blades in some weird way. And it's like it goes up and then he stands on like I guess where he was sitting before, so it's like a weird sort of flying scooter thing.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it's just they're both sort of flying motorcycle copter things, so that's why like mentally they were associated in my mind.
No, yeah, they're very like functionally similar.
Yeah.
Uh,
yeah.
we have to talk about these bikes, the red and green. There was a bike in Decker Ranger, but this is red and green specific bike, which was only an SPD. The bike from Decker Ranger did make it in though.
Yep, and I'm going to mute myself for just 1 second because I need to check something.
Sure, I guess I'll prattle on. Yeah, these are bikes. These are bikes, and let's talk about how bike shaped they are. They have shapes. They probably have lasers. They are indeed bicycle.
Yeah, sorry, I missed it. I was checking the thing that, yeah, I was specifically checking the thing I brought up last time. That yes, Bridge is Jewish, and it is confirmed in that scene.
Did we bring this up last time? Did we talk about these bikes last time?
I think we vaguely mentioned it.
Oh. Okay. So that was a waste of time. Okay, so we only got one more thing to talk about. Oh no,
And
actually,
he actually does
Master
say,
Morpher. Wait, we have the Master Morpher. Wait, we didn't talk about the Master Morpher yet.
yes, the Master Morpher. Such thing, one of the few things that's like makes sense that it exists, but it's like that like was such a like weird thing, the effect that that thing had on the fandom when it first came out or was announced.
It's the Tommy Morpher, so that
Yep.
means it's the best Morpher.
Yep.
I
what's
like
weird
it.
is, yeah, it's definitely cool looking, and the idea makes sense. Especially, it's probably utilizes like tech from the I'd imagine it utilizes tech similar to the what's it called, to the legendary morphers.
Right. We don't know who made this though.
Someone made it. We don't know who. Probably Billy. That's my assumption.
Billy, Ninjor, or Haley. One of the three.
Yeah, actually, Haley is probably the best option there.
I could. Yeah.
Yeah, probably Haley with not Hartford, probably Haley with and with Mercer's funding.
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
Because like think about it, like when did she design the other morphers?
I don't know.
Probably
She allegedly designed Tommy's Morpher like within 5 seconds.
I personally still hold. I like the theory that that's actually a modified version of his turbo morpher.
Yeah.
That's like that kind of really makes sense to me.
I mean, the frame wouldn't be designed in 5 seconds, but whatever. MacGuffin magic.
The external frame, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like I'd imagine it's like maybe like the battery blew or something when Eltard says it was like he still had the morph, but it's like just like imagine the turbo morph with like a like his battery compartment blown out or something.
Right. I mean, well, the Turbo Morpher was given to TJ, and we do see him use it later.
Yeah, but with power transfers and stuff, who knows? But another or it might be the top half of his Zeomorpher, but now that doesn't make that much sense.
Not really.
But it's like the weird thing is that at least according to the comics, which is non-canonical even to the other comics.
Right. The Marvel comics. We're talking about the yeah. These are the Ninja Marvel comics.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Soul of the Dragon.
Oh, that I thought you were talking about the whole the reason why the justification for Jason having his Morpher.
No, I had the evil clone of some sort, but no, I'm talking about it's like according to the Soul of the Dragon comic, which is like really weird in how it exists because it's like it's not canon to the show, but it's not canon to the Boom universe either. I don't think.
It doesn't contradict the Boom universe, though.
That's
But some people say it's canon to the show. Power Rangers continuity is weird. I think we need to make like a Watchtower database thing of how we view Power Rangers continuity,
yeah.
or like whatever.
I'd say it does contradict the Boom comic simply because of like relative ages and stuff like that, though I could be wrong. But anyway, what I was saying is like apparently there's like a physical mechanism inside of it, and they're like multiple coins.
Right, coin. It has like coin slot. Who made the coins then? Right?
Yeah,
Like I don't.
like
There's
there
like
should
5
be
coins in
coins
there.
for the green. There should be coins for the green and white Ranger power sets.
Fine, even though, okay, even though the ninja powers and the MMPR powers are 2 different, and whatever. And technically the base form for that is just the ninja form. Whatever. I'm not.
Yeah,
That's an argument. That's a conversation for another time. We will have that conversation.
yeah. But it's like, where in the blip did he manage to somehow generate a well, we know he has a Zeo and a we know where the blip did he get the Zeo form from?
Or the Dino Thunder form. Oh, right, because Onyx was recharged.
My guess for how he gets the Dino Thunder form is that he took pieces of the Dino gem, or my sort of headcanon that I just came up with right now, not headcanon, but theory, is that he somehow fashioned the Dino gem into some sort of coin, and then is actually using the energy from the other coins running through the Dino gem to power it. That's sort of my idea, and maybe you could say a similar thing for the Zeo crystal, but the problem is we still have no idea what the deal is with what happened to the Zeo powers.
Right.
And then obviously he also has a turbo set, but we never actually saw him use that. So it's like whether or not he actually possesses his turbo powers in the Master Morpher is something that we do
1 second.
not actually...
Sorry, what did I miss?
I don't know, mostly just me going up and down the list and rambling.
I think I may have to. Yeah, this turns out to be a fun recording. You mind if I just listen to that and I'm. I think you want to keep that audio or
I don't know. You'll have to decide when you go back and edit it.
right. So what were we up to last? I don't know. It's okay if you can have input. It's not a.
I think we were talking about the either the Master Morpher or the Red and Green Patrol bikes.
We're talking about the Master Morpher. And now it doesn't make any sense, really. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it makes sense that something like this could exist.
Right.
Especially, pretty much all bets were off once the Mega Mode once the Legendary Morphers were brought in.
Right.
Because like that sort of makes you question like just how do morphers work anyway.
Right.
But that's a whole nother can of worms to be worked out. We've pretty much gone through everything on the list except for one item that I could see.
Well, did we talk about Beast Morpher keys?
Yeah, that's the other item. The Beast Morpher keys and the Dino daggers are the I think the only major things still on here we haven't gone over.
Right.
So oh yeah, and the claws, the Beast X claws.
I
cheetah
thought we kind of covered them.
Maybe a little bit. I think we weren't sure which whether they belong to the Sentai or not.
No, the Beast X claws. No, that was something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dino daggers are Lego knives.
Yeah. It's like I actually was talking about them a little bit while you were away, but it's like the main problem I have with them is the fact that it's like, why? You already have a sword. And like I could see some utility in the idea that, like, okay, if you're in tight confined spaces, you would need them. But it's like they're using them in a big open field.
Especially in this picture.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like 95 or 75 at least percent of their fights. Actually, I don't even know if I could think of a single time aside for that first episode when the where the Dino Fury Rangers had to fight indoors.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. That's like, they're not so much daggers, by the way. That's the actual funny thing. They're more like they're more like
They're
chopping.
knives. Yeah.
Because like daggers are meant to be, stabby stab knives, not a because like this would actually be a pretty good chopping type of knife. It's big, heavy, and stuff. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad knife. It's just like you already have a sword. Why?
I think the beast claw, the cheetah claws are cool. I especially liked how they were used with the Battlizer.
Yeah, it's like slowly build it off of that. I definitely agree with you that the cheetah claws were one of the better additions to the weapons arsenal.
Right. You know what? I think our time is almost up.
All right, and then it's like thoughts on the beast morpher keys.
Oh, right. I like them. I have a friend that hates them. I don't know. It was like a gimmick. It's a toy selling gimmick. I think they're fine.
I think
think
it's definitely better than some of the other toy selling gimmicks that we've had.
Like metallic armor.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like more along the collectible gimmicks, like the batteries.
That was from Japan.
Yeah, I know. But it's like, as far as like American original, actually, I'm not sure how many other American original gimmicks we've had, come to think of it.
Battleizers.
No, yeah, I know Battlized, but I mean like in the got 'em catch 'em all style of gimmicks.
I think that was it. I think this is.
And I'd say these ones are definitely played better. They make more sense. Well, I'm not sure how much sense really in the show they make. Like, why can't the morphers just have their own internal power source? But like they weren't like, oh, we have this key for this, and oh, we have that key for that, and kind of like, honestly, kind of like Dino Fury kind of does. Like,
Right.
they're just randomly pulling keys out of nowhere.
Well, that was in the Sentai.
Yeah, that's true.
That was in the Sentai. I mean, I also like it for like just because it gives like villain morphers like an actual like thing.
Yeah.
Like toy wise.
Yeah. And an actual like bit of a MacGuffin, not a MacGuffin, but it's like a get the key type of thing. Whenever the villains have it, or it's like, okay, we know this key holds this little bit of energy that we could use for something.
For evil.
Yes, for evil.
Yeah, for so deliciously evil. All right, I think we should end it here, and I'm gonna figure out what to use and what not to use with your permission.
Go ahead. It's time for the base to close shop.
Is that what we're gonna do?
I mean, I guess we're gonna have to
It's time
figure
for
out
the base.
something better later.
I don't know. We're working on it. We don't even know if this is DeltaBase podcast yet, but we are.
All right.
All right. Let's.
Signing off. Have a good night.
Yeah, signing off.
I forgot about these. Don't kill us in the comments. Okay, bye.